LGB. 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 LGB.
They say LGB everywhere I go. LGB. What it means, I don't know. LGB. Whatever it is. LGB. Kamala, help me, please. Please.
Alrighty then.
I like you. LGB.
Let's go, Brandon. Right?
LGB.
This means let's go, Brandon.
No. LGB.
Sounds like let's go, Brandon, I guess.
LGB. All right. Let's go, Brandon.
I am Cornholio.
Chant LGB. Right wing and left wing. LGB. Go, you know the thing. LGB. If you don't sing that back. LGB. And you ain't black. LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
LGB. Let's go, Brandon.
FJB. Let's go, Brandon.
I'm Joe.
C&D presents the No BS Show. With your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Dock. It's the No BS Show. Take it away, guys.
Hi.
So everybody knows. Not the Let's Go Brandon song, but our introduction that we've been playing now for what, a year now?
Yeah.
Is,
I forgot.
Yeah, roll the disclaimer, but we'll get a warning before this show's over that some Arabic writing company owns the rights to that. Our and it's the what, Doug? 45 seconds, 30
Yeah,
seconds?
it is exactly the timestamp that we have for that part that says what plays the song and
Chris Mize. And from start to finish, the timestamp, they say they own
the rights. So
to that.
They haven't paid us the time yet.
I'm laughing my ass off. Maybe we should sue them.
I think so. I moved my computer's way
It's kind of a joke at Colorado Springs. All right, first off, I want to thank all our veterans while Doug's adjusting his computer.
I moved it forward.
I want to thank all our veterans out there. Without you guys, we couldn't do shows like this that get messed with anyways, but we appreciate everything you guys have done to secure our freedoms. Thank all our military serving overseas and homeland, protecting what freedoms we have left. I say that definitively, Doug. And I want to thank all our first responders, police, fire, EMS, nurses, doctors, and tow truck drivers. And I say that definitively because in the middle of the night, the other night, Congress passed the gun bill. A gun bill, Doug.
A gun bill, okay. You'll have to tell me about that because I looked
Pelosi's.
Oh, federal government.
The federal government. Federal government passed. It was late in the night, remember? It'll never get through Senate. It'll never, the way it's drawn up, it'll never get. I mean, come on. Just real quick on it. In that, from what I was listening actually to the radio. It's on Sirius XM radio, the Patriot channel. Okay, I listened to it for a minute. And for example, Pelosi had in that bill. Let's say I got a sister she's getting the shit kicked out of her by her husband. They get divorced, domestic violence, charges, restraining order, which we all know a restraining order stops somebody from coming to your house, right? That order you get, that piece of paper just stops people from doing anything because everybody's law abiding, right? So we're scared for her life, so I give her a gun to use. Now he comes over, she shoots him. There's what I'm in deep trouble for giving her a gun to use to shoot him. That's all part of this bill. The assault rifle stuff's in it. Dum Dum was on the news the other day. I don't know if you've seen this, Doug. Talking about assault rifles and higher caliber weapons. And, if you shoot a person with the 22, at least we could go in and take that bullet out. And does he know anything about this shit?
Wow.
Sometimes a 22, for you gun people out there, 22 will do more damage than you ever thought of because it's such a small caliber that it'll go in and if hit right, will ricochet off a bone, Doug, and go right down a leg or arm or, inside the ribs and just wipe out everything in its path and boom, and
right.
I'm thinking, well, here comes the Russians. We got our 22s. You know what I mean? We got our 22s,
Right.
I mean, but just real quick, I wanted to bring it. It's stupid as shit ever. Doug gets me wound up before we come on the show.
I was having a nice conversation.
And then
he get
I start thinking of this shit and it just pisses me off. Let me tell you something. I don't care if we get thrown off or not. Buy every gun you can right now. Buy all the ammo you can right now. Because it's going to get bad, Doug. It's going to get bad. Now the Democrats are fighting each other.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We're going to talk about that in the show. The Democrats. In a way, it's funny, but it's not, Doug. In a way, it's funny because now they're going, what the fuck did we do?
Right. Look what we just did.
And if anybody watches,
we're doomed.
Take a look at a clip maybe from 3 months ago where Biden was talking. Go back a year ago, and then look 6 months later, 3 months later, and look now. That man looks like he's aged 20 freaking years in a year.
Yeah.
And I believe it's by design. And when we get into what we're going to talk about later in the show or whenever Doug wants to talk about it, this is part of what I believe is going on with it, Doug. I think it's by design that they're not make-upping them up, putting the makeup on and making them look a lot better for TV for reasons. And it is what it is. Exactly. So what are we talking about tonight, Doug?
We're talking about Ed is saying hi from Colorado Springs. I think he might be in Green Springs.
No, he's in Colorado Springs.
Nah.
He was in Kansas earlier.
No, he's just making all that up.
Isn't that where Coors is made?
Where?
Silver Springs, Colorado. Colorado Springs. I thought Coors beer was made there.
I don't know. He's not in.
It's down there. Hey.
I don't know where it's made. I have no
idea.
idea.
This beer manufacturing place. I don't know. No, it isn't. Yeah, he said, yeah. Yeah, there he is. You caught me.
I can't say anything too much here. I might give something away.
You cannot confirm or deny the answer.
Right. Might discriminate myself.
All right. Hashtag No Bull Show tonight.
Yep, that's what it is.
Hashtag No Bull Show.
So we haven't talked about Kuntala Harris in a while.
Yeah, because she ain't been out in a while.
Well, yes, she did. She.
We ain't seen her. I ain't seen her. I thought she was hanging out smoking a joint with the killer wasps and the flying spiders. See, what the fuck? When's it my turn to be on the media?
Right. Well, let let me come back to that, because let's do this first. We have the big resignation going on inside the White House.
Who's resigning?
A lot of people. Like, they actually, if you watched what's her name, that little lady that does the press conferences now,
The black lady?
their token, yeah.
Oh God, we're done now. Oh shit! There we go.
she fit kind of
about saying Chinese, and Greg Miller got busted for saying Chinese in Smithfield. And you say that, we're done now. Go ahead, Doug.
So for our last show that we got with a bag. So she actually said during one of the press conferences is, yes, we will have a press, how'd she say that? Press corps, because almost everybody's gone out there now.
Yeah.
So everybody's resigning, and a lot of it is just to save their futures, because
their political future.
Yeah, because it's
a
not going
ship.
Yeah, not going very well for them. So let's talk about the J6 hearings that they put on primetime, that they hired a producer to produce the show for them. And I don't know if it...
When you say they...
Yeah. We're talking about the committee that's made up of mostly old people.
4 people. They're resigning.
They're that's retiring. These people are resigning. Younger resign, older retire. Okay. So they hired a producer to produce the show for them, and I mean, paid big money so that they can get this on prime time. And what the mainstream's not talking about is the reason they're doing it.
And what's the reason?
And Chris, I was hoping that you'd ask me that. Otherwise,
I'm sure you were.
It's to save. It's to save their butts. Not so much Joe Biden. It's not to save him. It's to save them, because they have to come up with something. They have to get it out to the people. Otherwise, everybody's going down with the sinking ship.
What it comes down to is a bunch of people say, hey, listen, we got to come up with some kind of shit, no matter how much it costs us to distance ourselves. What it comes down to, people, is the Democratic Party is getting torn apart right now from within. You're having what we call defectors that were on the bandwagon, and now they're saying, you know what, this bandwagon's going to the edge of the cliff, and we're going to get off right here. And we're going to make it known that we're getting off. It's too late, though.
Exactly.
It's too late. They can have this J6 hearing. They can have whatever they want to have, put it on prime time, whatever they want to do. It's too late. It should have been stopped a year ago. It should have been stopped. And Biden has the guts. This is the best economy we've had in 40 years. This is going on and on. And I don't know what fantasy world that this son of a bitch is living in. I don't know, because it's not.
Here's the fantasy world that he's living in. Ready for it?
Yes.
What I'm trying to say to you is that the economy is in a better place than it has been historically. And so we feel here at this administration, and other experts as well, is that we feel that we are in a good position to take on inflation. We are in a good position to really start really working on lowering prices.
And that
lowering prices, the reason why the price went up, because them bimbos in office now. Here, Kevin Hill's on. He was up in Tower last night. We talked. Anybody catch it? DEF? DEF, is that a shortage? Diesel exhaust fluid? They're at a shortage of it. Anybody catch down the East Coast? If you were traveling the East Coast, there's a lot of Flying J's, different places that were running out of diesel fuel, Doug. They're running out of DEF. Why? Why? We're not going to address that. The economy's going so great that more trucks are running. More trucks are driving around. It wasn't, a freaking year ago when we couldn't get nothing delivered because we didn't have enough trucks running. I mean, but yet we look at the shipyards where we see thousands of trucks parked waiting to get loaded. One lie after another. It's just one lie after another keeps building. And now there's a part of the Democrats and them that want to perform this G6 hearing and do all this and that distance. It's too late. He's been in office, what, Doug, 18 months? Huh? 18 months. A year ago, 12 months ago, you should have jumped ship when you seen what was going on. And it's like me and Kevin were talking. The oil companies are getting rich. Don't shit yourself. Right. They're making record profits. Yes. Record profits. The only economy that's good is for the upper echelon of the oil companies. They're making record profits. And there's no sense in it. I don't know how you can say the economy is good when, we're paying, they put it back down under $5 a gallon. It's like $4.91 a gallon here. You're paying $5 a gallon gas, almost $6 a gallon diesel. I don't know what DEF is right now, but, you go to the grocery store and where you bought $120 worth of food last year, a year ago, 12 months ago, you're paying $180 to $200 right now, $180. Now, everybody saw the grocery stores are robbing us. Grocery stores ain't robbing you. The trucking company ain't robbing you. The goddamn government and oil companies are robbing you. Because, where that truck was paying $3.50 a gallon, $3.80 a gallon, $3.50 a gallon last year for diesel and whatever for DEF. Now he's paying $6 a gallon for diesel and so much for DEF. And it's got to get passed on.
Well,
there you go. 10 gallons, $48. I was a nice guy and filled my daughter's car up. Used to be my Trailblazer, Doug. Saturday morning. A Trailblazer. $98. $98.
What were you spending 2 years ago to fill it up?
That Trailblazer, I think it was $47, $45. I can remember when Deb had Trailblazer and had to fill it up when the light was about ready to come on. It was in the 40s, and she would bitch about that. $98.
Right.
I don't know how many gallons in the Enclave, and it was $58, Doug. Filled my truck up, $80, didn't fill it up. Oh, yeah, here we go. Should never open my mouth.
Right.
I was being a nice guy.
Since you're fueling.
Yes, I got to mail a $100 check to the other two kids now. But the point of it is this. So 3 cars I spent, figure it out, 80, 98, there's $178, and then add another $58 on Debbie's to top it off. $230. Where it would have been 100 and some, 120, 30 a year or two ago. And they're telling us it's getting better.
So it is. So they're it's all propaganda. So the whole administration is saying, well, we're in a better place than we have been historically. We are we're putting out this J6 hearing. We're showing you how bad this Trump thing is, because that's all that was. It's just to try to rile the people against Trump.
Yeah, and It's propaganda at its best, Doug, and you got people to believe it.
And that's the problem. Was it you talking to me about somebody who?
People saying this is all Trump's fault. I talked to two people that got friends that are Democrats and voted for Joe Biden
And stick by him.
and stick by him and said this is Trump's fault. We're trying to cover up what Trump did. And I'm like, well, how could a person say that? Okay, unless they're brainwashed. And honestly, I'm not being mean, Doug. That's honest God truth. Unless they're brainwashed into this propaganda, how could you honestly sit there and say that we're in a better spot right now than we were even during the 2020 pandemic?
The thing is when we talk about this next story, what are they going to do? Well, if you voted for Joe Biden, good Lord, what are you going to do when the Democratic Party says
It's for you?
Well, they want to get rid of him. He's the
They want him
anchor.
out.
They said that they need to cut to get things going again. They need to get rid of him.
Yeah, but what here? Get rid of them. What do we got? What do we got? We got Kamala, Nancy now. That's going to be better. Dumb and
Well,
dumb.
you know what? What's going to happen is there's going to be a shift in the House and Senate here in a few months. When that happens, hopefully there's somebody good in there that steps up.
Are you sure? Because they're going to try to push this voter bill through. And I can tell you guys, I've seen it with my own eyes, what's going on and what they're doing to states that voted for Trump. We'll get into that later, but, you know, basically in a nutshell, every time our economy is good, they'll put us, they put us in it. Yeah, right. And that's what's happening. You know, I can see this happening. Doug, just 1 minute. Cal brought it up, Mark's comment, and that's true. I can see this happening in the construction industry too. It's coming. Remember in the 2008 recession, 9 recession, Doug, you could have walked out and bought, if you had some money saved, you could have bought a $300,000 right now used excavator.
Right.
It would cost, right now $300,000. You could have bought it for $70,000. The payoff on it, and I see that happening. I see that coming full circle to us being worse than where we were in 2008 and 9, Doug. Worse. That's my opinion. I mean, I bought a half a beef. It should be here. I suggest to everybody on the right side to stock up and buy halves, buy quarters, buy hogs, to go to your butchers and get them in the freezer because it's coming.
Now, forecasters, and they are generally in the ballpark. They're not always right. Are now forecasting fuel should be around $8 a gallon by the end of summer.
They were saying gas should be $6.50 in August. Diesel will be around $7.50, $8.
Right.
What are we going to do? I put a thing up on Facebook the other day. I wonder how the Amish are faring through this.
Yeah, you did put that up.
They're laughing. They're laughing. And the thing of it is this. We talked about it, and it was touch base, and it's coming out. Look at how many United States-owned processing plants for food, hogs, chickens. I just heard today out at the go-kart track, Mark Reeser. Remember Mark? Mark was sitting there talking to me. His kids are on the go-karts. He said that it come out today, somewhere this morning. He heard that within the next year, eggs will be almost 50 cents to $1 an egg.
Oh, my
God. An egg. An egg. I can't imagine going and paying $12 for a dozen eggs. I mean, it's China and Germany will really have to play them ads.
Then we gotta, yeah. If you weren't here last week, they're collecting for us to feed the hungry Americans.
Hungry Americans. What a crock. All right, Doug, what's on our agenda?
So let's talk about Kuntala because we haven't. She decided to go do something, and it just speaks for itself. I'll just let it go.
But first, let's take a quick minute and check on the most powerful woman in America, the Veep, Kuntala Harris, who yesterday was in Reno, Nevada to speak at the US Conference of Mayors.
And I know that each of you is up to this challenge because you are the mayor.
The mayor.
Why does she talk to a room full of mayors as if they're in the second grade? She seems to talk to everybody on that level. Isn't it reassuring to know that Kuntala is just one 80-year-old heartbeat away from becoming the most powerful human on the planet?
Tammy said she can't hear no sound.
Did you hear it?
I heard it. I heard that idiot. Well, and that newscaster's right. She always talks like kind of, I don't know. If I was sitting here as a mayor in one of the major towns in the country, I'd be going, really? Is this all she has to say? You know? Yeah, no shit. Every time you lose more than that, you listen to that woman. And that's what we're looking at as being our president. What's she going to do? You know, I can just see her with the Ukraine thing. Well, you guys have been at a war for about 4 or 5 months now with the country that borders you, Russia.
With your rifles, right?
Yeah, and you've got your rifles out, and you shot the Russians and fought them off.
Because you're the armed forces.
Yes. And you civilians fought them. Good for you. What a dumb bitch.
What?
Who the fuck ties her shoes in the morning? Because she ain't smart enough to time her. So that's why she's always got slip-ons on. And then they got to paint. If you look real close, an L on the right, you know, R, left and right. Come on, right there. Yeah, you got them on wrong again. Put them on.
Fire kids. No. So,
and I don't disagree with that. It's, you know,
I was going to pull some video on this, and I decided against it because it's long. It's 22 minutes, and I would have to cut it up and things. But it was really it really captured the moment. Joe Biden went on the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Oh boy.
Jimmy Kimmel didn't hold back. He fired some questions, but they said he had to treat him like his elder grandfather, like, you know, with kid gloves. Like, now listen, you have to get stronger about this. You know, like, you know, we're embarrassed for you, Grandpa, but we got to say this. We have to tell you that you're not doing a very good job.
Grandpa, you can't live in the house no more by yourself. We're going to have to put you in home.
And that's kind of what it was. You know, it's time, Grandpa, you got to go. And he brought up gun control, and Biden went all sideways on it. Didn't know what he was talking about. He blamed Trump for a lot of stuff.
Blame Trump. He blamed Trump.
He blames Trump on a lot of stuff. There is just so much. There was so much in that 22 minutes that you couldn't just capture a moment of it because it wouldn't have made sense. But he looked completely because no teleprompter, nobody in his ear, because it doesn't
You got
reach
to
that
answer.
far.
You got to answer questions right now that are
Exactly. So he is the anchor that the Democrats want to cut and move on from.
But they waited too long.
Poor guy.
They waited too long. There's no. They waited too long. And Cal, I don't think she's smart enough to even clean the tracks on the excavator.
Jeez.
I had a labor one time. I said, go clean them tracks. And he was cleaning the grooves in the tracks off. He wasn't getting where the rollers were supposed to clean. What are you doing? I'm cleaning the tracks. I said, you can't be this stupid. Get away from me. Get away from my machine. I'll do it myself. You're cleaning every little rib out on the top. Oh, my God.
Right.
I'm going to track through the mud with them. Yeah.
Right.
And that's her. She has no common sense. And if you notice, the Democrats must want to get rid of them because they're letting them go do shows like this.
They state there's low enthusiasm for him. That nearly 50 Democratic officials and disappointed voters are alarmed about Republicans' rising strength.
Well, Biden's the Republicans' best supporter.
Exactly. Yep. Every day he's probably like, boy, they're getting it done.
But you know what? They're shipping people around to these states that if the voter bill passes. Remember, in the voter bill, the two biggest parts of the voter bill: 16 years old and older can vote.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't responsible enough to do anything else, but they can vote on our legislation and makes laws.
Take a Tide Pod, go to the polls.
Yeah, go to the polls. Undocumented immigrants that have been in the country for a year are going to be allowed to vote. Well, if that ain't the biggest contradiction, that's more of a contradiction than the pure stock rules that I got, Doug, that I got to go through. I mean, if that
remember the battleground states, where they are, and then look at where they're sending these illegals.
Right. And how do you know? There's a reason we call them undocumented immigrants.
Oh, no, they're not illegals?
I no, we're not allowed to call them that anymore.
I'm going to get us thrown off.
Yeah,
going to be the
probably.
reason.
I could give two shits less.
Token,
yeah. Token.
Illegals.
We got a token tranny up here. But undocumented, they don't know how long they've been in the country. That's why they're undocumented.
Correct.
So
that's
what they're doing, we've said it and we've brought it up and we've showed it. They're, besides Governor Abbott taking the people crossing the border and sending them to, Washington, D.C., the government themselves have been busing the illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants that are coming across to different states. And we brought this up. They were doing it with the Afghans. We brought it up with the Afghanistan people. They were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Shipping them out to different states. Well, where else would you rather ship them people, Doug?
Washington, D.C.
No, show a bus show the bus picture of the bus that we had up in there, that one there.
This white one there, if you see these around, normally there's supposed to be passengers on there, but they could be what do they call it? Undocumented.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
This is type of bus that they're taking the undocumented illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants,
one more
and shipping them off to different states. Okay. That's the bus that they're doing it with. Doug, show a picture of the bus that was in.
Now, this is right out of Chris Mize's window.
So that's at Target. I'm sitting behind Texas Roadhouse. That's at Target right there. Walk in.
That is parked. That is parked.
Yeah, it's parked. Walk into Target yesterday morning. I don't know what time, 10, between 10 and 11. And there was 50, 60 Mexicans in there more. Buying clothes, toothbrushes, toothpaste, shampoo. And how I know this is because Doug got a phone call when I was at Walmart. Same kind of bus, parked in the Walmart parking lot. There had to be 50, 60 buying clothes. Not one spoke English, buying clothes, toothbrushes, toothpaste, everything you need.
Who did you say was with them?
Huh? What do you mean?
Was there somebody with them? Did you say?
I don't know. I didn't see anybody that was, but they're all in there buying, scattered out. So how did they pay? We'll tell you, Tammy. We've been saying it for over a year now. When they come in, they not only get a cell phone, they're given cash.
Right. By our government, we are taking care of them.
The Afghans that come in from Afghanistan that we flew in and put on bases got between, what was that, $5,000 to $7,000 cash to start out with.
Yeah. See, and here's a good point, because Kel said, good question. We have went over this. We have said this was happening, that they were being paid to come.
Right.
If you come in illegally, you're getting taken care of.
You're getting taken care of better than our senior citizens on Social
Security. Yeah, look at me.
So they're given, how they paid is they're given a lump sum of money, each family. There was some families, and so they're buying shit that clothes that a lot of people would give a second look at because of expenses. I'm flipping out. So I'm calling Doug, natural. These mothers, I'm flipping.
What am I supposed to do about it? Call your representative.
So I hang up. I say, I gotta go. I'll call you back. And then the next phone call, I'm parked behind the Texas Roadhouse. These son of a bitches are in Target too. Look, here's the bus. So the next text that went out was our representative Swearingen. Hey, you aware that they're shipping Mexicans in from the border to Ohio now? No, they're not. Not that I'm aware of. No. Send them a picture of the bus, and then we're on the phone. By now, I'm home. I was somewhere. No, I was in Bellevue getting a birthday cake for my grandbaby, and go get a picture of a license plate. I'm in Bellevue, dude. I can't, But what other escape and sneaky bastards that they are? Who the hell during Cedar Point season, when Cedar Point's open, is going to question a bus like that going through town?
Right.
Nobody. You see thousands of buses go through this area every day. Right. You see bus after bus after. But what caught my eye, Doug, was there's real small lettering on the one door. And if you look at it, it's out of Niagara, New York. Real small. It's not. And it's the same buses as what you've seen down on the border, picking the same white manufacturer, the whole 9 yards. So here we are.
So you probably just had 100 dumped on you over the weekend. And I don't know where they're staying at. Unless they just all went down to Cedar Point to work.
Here it isn't that. I don't. And the thing was brought up. Well, you got Corsos who got busted. Remember a couple years ago they had a big raid. DJ even knows the Corso buses got certain lettering, They're now, after they got busted, they're all documented, they're checked, they're on a certain bus that are marked. That's not them. They're not going to Corsos. They're not going to, any of these landscapers or Barnes Nursery or anything. These people are going somewhere. We don't know where, but they're here. Ohio's one of them swing states, Doug. Here they are loading it up, man. We got, it's June, July, August, September, October, November, 5 months.
They'll be settled in.
They'll be settled in, and we're voting.
Yep. So there's 100.
And the thing of it is listen, call me crazy. Call me all you want to call me. And Doug, for some of the shit that we harped on in this show months ago, Bilderberg Group, to the point some people thought we were goofy, conspiracy theory. Oh, the Bilderberg Group's in. It's rolling. They got one thing passed with their global tax. All they need is pass one thing and get it in. Now watch what happens. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to start. Right. It's a domino effect. We were talking about how the Mexicans were coming in. The more than just Mexicans, they're flooding the southern border and they're busting them all around. They're giving them money. They're giving them money. You're right. You're probably right, Cal. They're going to put 100 up, but they were giving them money, giving them this, giving it to the point where like, fuck it, nobody want, okay, let's move on, Doug. Me and Doug move on. Well, here we go. We should be on our own goddamn television station or syndicated radio like Howard Stern, because we're calling shit and we ain't that smart, people. Right, Trust me, we're not that fucking smart. Right. I'm not going to say, but we're calling shit 6 months, 8 months in advance. We're calling shit. Laugh at us if you want. We're calling shit saying, hey, looking up shit. What about this, and this, and this should be. And then a week later, boom, it's on TV, and I'm calling Doug. Doug's calling me, hey, see that? Yeah. 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 It is what it is. But, yeah, Canal Fulton, a small little town like Canal Fulton. Yep, they're dumping them out, panhandling in Canal Fulton of all places. And the thing of it is here's how fucked up our government is. They give them a lump sum at the beginning, they get all the clothes, put them into housing, and most likely are saying, okay, go find a job.
It's really not. It's
no, we don't know, Tom. I can tell you who I think.
Yeah.
And he was the president before Trump.
Right.
We touched base on something, people. We hit a hot spot. We've said a lot of stupid shit on this show that we should have got yanked, like calling token. I'm sure we'll get a warning if it ain't already in the messages. Trust me, but but
I'll call it like it is.
The only show that we really
Kamala Harris is one.
What?
A token.
Yeah,
that's the only reason she's in there.
The only time we really got spanked hard, real hard, was when we played that interview with Obama. Right. We got spanked hard. That and medical misinformation from YouTube. But YouTube spanked us on the Obama one too. We got one from YouTube and Facebook. That's when we got banned in Japan and all that. And we didn't say nothing. We played a clip that was on national television of an interview of Obama saying that. I wouldn't run for another term, but I'd like to be the guy. And this side of his mouth, not mine. I'd like to be the guy with the earpiece talking to him. That's who I think is calling a lot of the shots. Him and Hillary.
So, I hate to bring them up again, but Bilderberg Group has a couple things that they're working on. One, the global tax thing. They're they're trying to reduce the population, and anybody here should be able to attest to how many people in the course of my life, a few people die a year that I know, and sometimes not anybody. Over the past 3 years,
A whole bunch have dropped.
it's mind-boggling.
But I hate to. We're gonna get spanked for sure tonight. I hate to bring this up. Out of all these people that have passed away in the last 3 years, 80-90% of them have been vaccinated, Doug. Not at 80-90%. A lot of them have had stroke or breathing issues. Now, I'm not saying that's caused by it, but it's suspicious. I'm just saying. But there's all kinds of people dropping right now. And Greg went boom. Here's a story, Doug. My sister-in-law. This is how fucked up the hospitals are. Goes in, has kidney stone, gets stent put in. Next thing you know, she's not doing good at all. Fluid buildup, pneumonia, double pneumonia, fluid around her lungs, around her heart, going into right at the brink of congestive heart failure. Well, she was misdiagnosed. They fed her a bunch of this, that, and the other, and another doctor came in and said, whoa, took her off it. Within a day, she went home today. They're treating them for certain things that they ain't got. I hate to say this, and I will sound like a conspiracy theorist. I'm starting to wonder if we ain't a bunch of guinea pigs when we go into that hospital. Well, let's see what this will do. I don't know. It seems like they're screwing up more and more as technology gets better and better. I don't understand it. I really don't. And then Debbie's on me, why won't you go to the hospital? Yeah, the COVID deal's back, just so everybody knows.
What is it now?
COVID's back. It's made its appearance. They're starting to put restrictions in New York or wherever it was. And you don't know the numbers because you can't see them anymore. They don't put them up no more. When's the last time you seen a number or heard anything about a number? They just, they're in a panic. Well, COVID, bring it back in. The flying spiders ain't going to do it. Monkeypox. Here we go with monkeypox.
Yeah.
We went from 2 confirmed cases in the United States. A couple weeks later, we got 780 some confirmed monkeypox cases. Well, the only way you can get it, Doug, is transmission is by touching each other. So would they have a big orgy with 780 people? I mean, I wasn't invited, but these 2 people was with 7. How? Just like when the Delta virus, remember the Delta variant?
Yeah.
Was over in the other seas, and they took some kid where Ed is in Colorado on top of a mountain that hadn't gone anywhere in 2 years. And here's the first confirmed case of Delta variant. Well, how do you get it?
Right.
He's on a fucking mountaintop playing a banjo.
Right. Exactly.
It ain't left the mountaintop pretty much in a couple of years, and boom, Delta variant. How are these monkeypox spreading like this? Yeah, call me a conspiracy theorist.
You can
Look
go.
at the Bilderberg group, though.
Yeah, nobody's saying a thing about it.
You want my prediction? I want you all to remember this. Here's my prediction. Come September, late August, early September, you're going to see the monkeypox flared out of control. You're going to see COVID variant number 8956-75 Omicron, Delta mix flare out of control. You're going to see the flying spiders make their appearance with the killer wasps. Everything we can possibly get, we're going to have hit us the end of August, September, going into November's elections. Trust me. By the end of September, they're going to try shutting us down. They're going to say all this happy. Mark my words on this. It's coming. You think food's expensive? Wait for 2-3 more months. You're going to be paying $10 a pound for a hamburger.
You're supporting me.
I know. But, I mean, here we go. I'm telling you. They got the monkeypox lined up. They got another variant lined up. They got the old variant lined up. And they got the flying spiders and the killer wasp in a glass case, Doug.
Well,
next thing, we're going to see another sandstorm coming. Remember the sandstorm that was coming?
Right.
Yeah.
So that works right around time for elections. The shutdown.
Kevin, stop and think. I'm telling you. Gas going to be, what they say, by late August, it's going to be up. Gas alone is going to be up around $8 a gallon. Diesel's going to be at 10. Then we're going to see the variant 1,000,005-6 whatever come fucking hitting us, and it's a new variant, and it's airborne. Finally, the only thing truthful that will come out of that, Doug, is it's an airborne virus.
And who said something about the eggs?
The eggs, Mark Reeser today was telling me.
And remember, was it last week or a week before where that egg farm burned down?
Burnt to the ground.
Yep.
Let's rephrase it. A United States owned a company from the United States is U.S. owned plant burnt down. Look at it. Somebody had that picture up. Might have been Tammy. Had that picture up or whatever. And it might have went through private message, because I'm sure if it was on regular Facebook, them assholes would have took it down. Of all the timeline from, I think it started in 2020, all the way down of what's burnt down every year. And it's all United States manufacturing. None of the Chinese manufacturing plants burnt down, Doug.
Right.
Why? But you don't see mainstream media putting in. If Trump was in office, oh my God, this would be on the news every day.
Yeah. Every
day. He's letting them, he's letting them terrorize our country.
We have more than 14. They're just allowing 14 on there.
No, there'd be another booster. How many people took the booster, and then after, how many millions of booster shots were put out, Doug? And then after they're put out, well, that doesn't do anything for this Omicron variant that just come out. It does nothing for it.
Don't forget about the bird flu.
Oh yeah, the bird flu. That's right, Lori. That made an appearance here. What, 3-4 weeks ago? They brought that in too. Oh, the bird flu's starting again. Well, what have we heard about it? If you really want to do this, and I was sitting in the White House and playing a wag the tail game like Dustin Hoffman in that movie, I'd be saying, listen, we got to start this shit right now. We got to start, put it out. Oh my God, here we go. We can't do it in late August. They'll catch on. This administration is so stupid. They put about 4 things out and then just sit on them until they need them. And then late August, you're going to see everything hit us, including $8 a gallon. And you might be right, by November, election time, it could be $10 a gallon, so you can't afford to go vote. Well, we'll send you your ballots. You vote at home. Mail it in. Mail in ballots. That's what they're pushing.
That's what's going to happen.
That's what they're pushing.
And I'm telling you what's going to come here in the next probably, I'm going to say 10 years. You're going to be able to go on your computer and vote. And that's where it's going to, where they can control and manipulate that.
It's a secured voting system on the internet. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just like it was an anonymous survey in Frederickstown.
Right.
But You took it on a computer, and every computer has an IP address assigned to a student. And all they got to do is pull up the survey. Oh, it's IP number 518. Well, that's Doug Doc. Okay, Mr. Doc, can we talk to you? It's nothing. There's nothing anonymous no more. What doesn't anybody understand? There's nothing anonymous unless you write it on a piece of paper and throw it in a box. Then it's anonymous. Other than that, you get on your phone, get on a computer, this, that, even mailing it in. It's not anonymous. It's not anonymous. You go to vote, you got a number, you know, they give you a form, you got that number, you got to sign, get a number, da. Trust me, there's a way they can track what you voted. It's not anonymous.
Exactly.
It's not, there's no such thing. Nothing.
All right. So when I went to school, bullies in school usually stole your lunch money. It's usually that's
still mine.
Well, in grade school, you have that chummy kind of stuff going on where, you know, a couple of bullies come up and take your lunch money.
Or they take your cookie off your tray that you had.
Right. Well, we have that happening, and we could talk about it now, or we can do our drawing and talk about it.
Let's do our drawing.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag No Bull Show.
No Bull Show.
You had me so fired up through the drawing, I stuttered through the whole thing.
What happened?
Well, I can't remember. You brought something up, and then we were going to do the drawing, and I was so hashtag No Bull Show. Big D's Pizza, large pizza from it. Man, I tell you what.
Yeah, you went out there, didn't you?
I went over there. The pizza was good. I mean, it was excellent. I mean, real good pizza, but Dean knows my wife likes ribs and that, so he threw a half rack in there. I'm telling you right now, if you guys think his pizza's good, buy his ribs. And I'm not a rib eater. I can eat them, I like them, but it ain't something I'm going to make a special trip somewhere. I can guarantee you within a month, I will be back over to Clyde, Ohio, buying a rack of ribs for me and Debbie. Guaranteed. Man, they were good.
Let me see here. What do we got?
There's fish. There's the cinnamon pizza dessert, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Them are the mac and cheese.
Yeah. Potato something.
Yeah. There you are.
Ribs.
It
got great looking food.
And
presentation.
And it's one of the few places, and I ain't saying this because it's Dean Henry, and Dean does a lot for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the few places where you see a picture of them ribs. Can you go back to them?
Yeah.
Them ribs right there. That picture is exactly how they look on that picture when you open that box, and there they are. And that's very rare, Doug. You know what I'm saying? The McDonald's puts commercials up every day of Big Mac, and you go to McDonald's, you get the Big Mac they give you at McDonald's, you're going, what the fuck? This don't look nothing like that picture on TV, or what they had in that ad. Big D's does.
Right.
And
still holding good on pricing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sooner or later, they're going to have to. I went into that a couple weeks ago. You got to raise prices. When diesel fuel goes from $3 a gallon to $6 a gallon a year and a half, you got to raise the prices. People will bitch though. They're going to bitch. They don't understand. Just like Donut House. A couple of years ago, I was paying $12.50 or whatever it was for a dozen donuts, $13 for whatever. Now it's like $18. And I gladly pay because I understand, and then you got the poor girls behind the counter, the women. I'm sorry we had to, up her. I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? Why is the owner sorry?
Yeah, you guys are the ones here working.
Yeah, I get it.
Apologizing for all those lazy people.
And the fact that our administration's up the cost of everything to come to you. Why are you apologizing? You know, that some bitch should be the one apologizing. Here's the money. Here's the tip. Thank you. Thanks for coming in to work today so I could have a donut. You know, it's one of them deals. But so what I'll also give away.
Oh, you have a big night coming up.
June 18th, this Saturday. Half pint punk and a special midget flown in from Atlanta, Georgia. Gonna try to take me out.
Oh boy.
So this Saturday night, I'll be wrestling the midgets after the races at Sandusky Speedway. Be interesting because I'm scared to death of midgets. So we're going to give 2 tickets away to Saturday night, June 18th.
Wow.
So 1 drawing, 2 tickets.
All right, 1 drawing, 2 tickets.
Yes. That'll be funny. I told that little midget the other night on our show.
Yeah, he came on and
bicep, right?
But you know what? And if you guys go back and watch it, he just smiles. Pretty cool.
He wasn't too cool at the end. He was coming to see me. He was going to come whoop my ass early. Remember? I'm still waiting on him to show up. He says, "You look at my bicep." I said, "Yeah, I put my beer right there. It'll stay right in there."
Are you gonna do one of this? Here, hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Hold my beer. No, they were going to come up and gang up on me. I got a tag team partner, JD Smooth.
All right.
So, all right, people, here we go.
All right.
Big D's Pizza, Clyde, Ohio. Want to thank Dean Henry. He's been great.
Yep.
Not too many people got on a limb for a show like this. Ed McKnight.
All right.
Here you go. Ed.
You have 2 weeks. 2 weeks, Ed. So make sure you make your rounds.
Ed's saying he's calling the airport right now, getting a flight booked out to be home tomorrow to get his Big D's pizza. Yeah. I'm wearing shin guards, Gail. Hey, little midget said, "I'll whoop your ass." I said, "It's about as tall as you are, is to whoop my ass." You can't get to my stomach. Ed said, "Give it to the police."
All right.
Thanks, Ed. I'll tell the police when I get pulled over for speeding.
Right. Hey, I know Ed McKnight.
Hold on, buddy. All them pizzas. What the police treat me? All them pizzas come over here.
As he waddles up to the side of the car.
Yeah, he's gonna find 20 other things. Thanks, asshole. The police chief put us on a diet because of your pizzas. Well, at least he didn't make you wait an hour, But okay, we're gonna give 2 tickets away, June 18th, Sandusky Speedway. Me and the Micros.
Here we go. Yeah, he said that's the proper term, right?
Micros. Tommy Hayward. There you go.
You are a winner.
Tommy lives in Eastlake. Yeah, $30 savings is going to cost him $40 to come out and gas.
Right. Right.
So, what's next?
Okay, so we were talking about the bully.
Yeah.
You know this has got to be a school story.
It's a school story, I can tell.
Yeah. So the big bully is the Biden administration. I listen to what they're doing. He's going to be there. Tommy Hayward's going to be there.
Yes, sir.
They are going to now school get funded for lunches and things like that. Yes. The Biden administration is going to withhold that money. If the schools receive it, they must specify in their policies that discrimination based on gender identity and sexual orientation is prohibited. So they essentially got their way here. So they're telling the schools you're going to let these transgendered LBGQ LMNOP kids in there, and they're going to be able to choose which restrooms they would like to refer, and that is in here, by the way. They can choose which bathroom they would like to use. There can be no discrimination. Got it?
So he cut all the funding off to Florida because Florida come out with that deal, right?
Well, I don't know if they get it. Yeah, this is the federal part of it,
right?
So the Biden administration finally got their way. All these
was that voted on?
No, because it's money that they can give and not give.
It's a lot of money that he has control of where it goes and where it doesn't go.
Correct, or that department does, and he obviously runs the department.
So we're going to take money that we've been giving schools for years and say you're going to do it our way, or no,
you're not going to get the funding. Now, what lunch money has to do with transgendered students and using what restrooms they want to use, I don't know. But it's just a bully tactic.
You do it my way or you ain't getting it. What? Oh, that was on her page. They had a thing going around about marriages. Do you vote for this or do you vote? And yeah, she got smacked. Facebook and all its wonder. But Lord forbid, you get smacked for that. But Lord forbid, somebody puts up, I just killed my grandma and I'm going to shoot a school up. That's okay. Nothing ever happens. That's what I was fired up on last week. Something like that. During with that
what?
whole Facebook thing with the shooting, and Facebook never got anything.
Right. Yeah.
Where's the congressional hearing on that? Why are we calling for a congressional hearing on two things? Two things I want to see a congressional hearing on. So one, why didn't Facebook pick it up? You say tranny, and the other side there in the comment section, within 3 minutes you get smacked. It's picked up.
Right.
But yeah, you can say I killed my grandmother and I'm going to kill a bunch of kids at school and don't get nothing. Nothing. And then the police chief waits an hour and nothing. We don't have congressional hearings on this.
No.
We're still talking about January 6th and congressional hearings.
Yeah, they haven't caught up yet. Yeah. This is... And this is what's said. I honestly have no idea how providing food to children in schools is somehow connected to transgendered policies. What we see here is the Biden administration using children as pawns in the social justice gender ideology game that they are playing.
And that's right. A lunch has nothing. Listen, there's no school that says, "Oh, I know you're Jim Bob, not Julie. You're not eating." There's no school doing that. All right, you go to get a lunch, you get a lunch. You know, the whole bathroom thing and everything else they're right. Whoever said that, it has nothing to do with the lunches or the breakfast. I think a lot of that's allocated to breakfast too, Doug, where kids allowed to eat at breakfast, you know.
Right. Yep.
So here's my question. So if your beliefs are different than what Biden's beliefs or this section, you know, this area of beliefs are, the LG, whatever, transgender, because you have different beliefs and you have a different opinion, you're wrong.
Right.
You're wrong. Yep.
that's what's going to happen.
Well, it's already, we've in 2017 Silverado blue torque converter and transmission last week. Facebook can call Chevy dealer in Vermillion. Fact check it. There it is. There it is. Like Ronnie, you should call President Zelensky and tell him you need them parts, and you probably have them by Wednesday. Norm Taylor waited, what? Anybody in here know Norm Taylor? Norm waited, what, 4 months? 3-4 months for a part for his truck on a recall?
Right.
It's outrageous. I thought all this chip thing was going to be solved in November last year. Isn't that what the administration told us?
Yeah.
We will have chip. Go through a parking lot at a dealership. There's nothing. Whatever. Yeah, I'm a fan.
You're what?
I'm a fan. Hate us, remember? I'm a fan. Hate us in November. About shutting down Christmas, remember?
Yeah.
We had to back up the hangovers because of it.
Right.
Fact checkers are Chinese fact checkers. Candace Owens brought that out. 90% of your fact. How many people went into their phone and checked what I told them last week? Nobody. All right, Doug. So now our administration's bullying.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to tell us how to live. It's just a start. They're going to tell us how to live and what our beliefs should be. And if you don't believe what they want, you're wrong.
Right.
You're allowed to have a fucking opinion as long as it's the same opinion as administration. If you have a different one, you're branded a racist, discriminatory, hate, you're putting hate speech up, you're this, you're that. Well, whatever. Never forget the campaigner in Detroit. I don't work for you.
That's right.
Dumb bastards still voted for him when he said, I don't work for you. DJ Swearingen said in his last election, that whatever it was, 100,000 people, whatever, in his area, I'm going to a job interview with 100,000 people, and hopefully I get the job. That's working for us. That's the type of guy I want in. I don't agree with everything. Trust me. I don't agree with everything. There's times me and Doug, what the fuck's he doing? But on the flip side of that, I'll still go to the polls and vote for the man because in my mind, I didn't agree with everything Trump did. But in my mind, they were doing what they thought was best for the citizens. Trump, United States citizens. Swearingen in his district, his region, citizens of that. As long as I feel that they're doing it that way, I'm okay with disagreeing with some of their stuff, but that's what this country is founded on. You're allowed to disagree. Not anymore. You can't have an opinion unless it's within the agenda. Well, it's funny you bring up electric vehicles. Me and Kevin Hill talked about that for a little bit last night. He's got a story about the Dodge van with solar panels on the top. Yeah.
They'll know where you're at.
Walmart took all their charging stations out. They had charging stations for electric cars.
Now, I heard if you buy Tesla, it takes a special type of charge or charging unit. You can't just go to
No, you can't pull up to your house and plug the electric cord in. Hey, we'll charge it. No. Aaron's on here. He's an electrician, journeyman electrician. You got to rewire everything. And I mean, it takes. I've heard some horror stories.
Now, on a regular electric vehicle, can you charge it at home? Without?
Yeah, but you got to buy the kit and the shit to charge it and,
and have a certain
voltage
service
or amps or whatever. Yeah, I don't know nothing about electricity. Don't want to, but I'm sure Aaron can tell you, You just ain't gonna buy one and say, "Oh, I can plug my extension cord in."
Right. Okay.
You know, it's
wow.
Yeah, there you go. You go back up to Aaron's. You know, you're gonna have to redo the whole thing. The new box, breaker box type deal. I don't know nothing about that shit. Rewiring out. It's got a certain amp voltage. It's got. It's not take the extension cord and plug it in, an adapter and plug it in. That ain't gonna work. Now, what you people don't know, and I can't remember if Cal had it up or somebody had it up. They showed a picture of the Keystone Pipeline. Did you see it, Doug? Going through the woods it's been in, the trees all around it and everything, and it's green grass where the pipeline went up through and everything, right? Well, was it you, Ed, that had that? Ed had it. Okay. I knew somebody. And then they showed a picture of the lithium mine. Yeah, that's real environmentally friendly. And I won't even go in. I went into it last week. Who owns 70%? Who manufactures 70 to 80% of the lithium for the world? Same people we gave all them helicopters, guns, and money to. Afghanistan.
Wow.
The Taliban. That's where most of your lithium comes from for these batteries. And I'd had a picture of the lithium mine compared to the pipeline. And it's night and day. Yeah, and Facebook kicked them in the ass for it. Why would they do that? Because they don't want that out there showing that. Once again, we're going to, even with electric vehicles, we're going to become dependent on another country, Doug, for the batteries. You ever see a battery blow up?
I was just going to say, somebody just told me that a battery blew up, and I think it was a bus. It was run on electric.
Yeah.
And it took them some ungodly amount of hours to get it out because of the
magnesium.
Yeah, all that.
It's a special fire. But
yeah,
the point of it is has anybody ever seen a 12-volt battery for a machine? You take 24-volt system, you got two batteries sit in the machine. Has anybody ever seen one of them batteries blow up? Kale, you've been in this industry a long time. You and Kevin Hill both. Them batteries blow up violently. Violently, Doug. Violently. So can you imagine driving in a car with, I don't know what they got, 5, 7 of them, 10 batteries like that, 8 batteries or whatever, and one blow up, it's going to knock the other one? Could you imagine what them people are going through? Anybody ever see a magnesium fire? Lithium magnesium fire? You want to talk about a very quick and hot, very, very, very hot burn. It will suck the oxygen right out of the car. You're not going to have, your survival rate's going to be probably 10%, 5%, period. Yeah. It's a very violent explosion when a battery lets loose. I'm telling you. Now imagine them letting loose in a car.
Right.
And you're right. That's what I'm saying. With everything in a battery, it's like going from fucking 20 degrees to 5,000 degrees in a matter of seconds almost. On Facebook will probably say, "Oh, we fact checked that. You're lying."
It's 4,500
degrees. 4,500 degrees, so we're taking that clip off. But I'm telling you, it's one of the things. When I hook jumper cables up, I'm very cautious to this day because I've seen a battery blow up. It didn't blow up on me. I watched one blow up.
I was told about it, and I'm always really careful about jumper cable.
Yeah, I mean, people just hook them up, not even paying attention. I've seen them blow up, man. It's violent. It's violent. Then imagine all that shit on you. But you spill gas on you, you're pissed off because you smell gas the rest of the day.
Right.
You spill diesel on you. Trust me. When you go home, if you're married and you go home, you hear about it the minute you step in it. You could do it at 4 a.m, and when you go home at 5 p.m, you're still going to hear about it. But you spill that battery shit on you, you got problems. But it's safer, Doug. It's more, Where do they go with the batteries when they're done? There you go. Sure. They're going to fucking edit it and censor it. For the common person, stop and think of this. For the common person, they've never experienced it or never, been taught it or had to go through that.
Right.
For the common person, they don't know. They don't know. And Facebook's going to freeze this out and that because they don't want the common person to hear the other side of what could happen, how bad this is.
Right.
They don't want to hear about the lithium mine in Afghanistan. They don't want to hear about how they're making 10, 12, 14-year-old kids working in lithium. The same motherfuckers that want to go green and go all electric and don't smack your kid's ass. And that kid, at 12 years old can decide if it wants to be male, female, or fucking cat, identify as a cat, or, or whatever. That same kid can, we got to protect the kids and let them have their own identity. Who the fuck's protecting these kids in Afghanistan that they're making go out and work at 12, 14 years old in the mine? Who? Bunch of fucking hypocrites. They wanna, the Biden supporters want to protect. They should have the rights, just like this bullying bullshit where he comes in with food and that. They want to protect kids, but yet they set women and everything back in Afghanistan hundreds of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Facebook's going to fucking freeze me up, Doug, because I start talking about it. Well, be fucking right, Facebook. If you're going to go one way, explain the facts of what can happen. A battery will fucking take you out. If it blows up in your face, it will take you out. And it don't take a whole lot. Just put the positive and negative right on one and go over and put the positive on a negative and a negative on a positive on the other battery you want to jump. Watch what the fuck happens. You see sparks go everywhere, and that's how you can blow a battery up right now. If it's low on water or whatever, we got maintenance-free ones now. Still got water and shit in there. It's low on that. A bunch of vapor. Boom. But no, Facebook, you cut me out because you don't want people to learn about that shit. Fucking assholes.
No. How soon we forget. Do you remember that Nancy Pelosi's husband, Papa Pelosi, was arrested for DUI?
Yes.
Do you know that there's no mugshot? Do you know that he hired a PR firm to kind of put the information out so he doesn't have to? And that they were called by Fox News and said, "Where's the mugshot?" "Oh, we don't know. We're getting into that now." "Where's the police report? We don't see it." There's no mugshot, which got Fox really, because you see them, you see all the dash cam videos or the police have.
None, is there?
They say that there is, but they're whatever. So Fox went and got a sketch artist to sketch out Paul Pelosi's mugshot. So this was on Fox News, and he did get a shiner because he was in the accident. He did, his eye was all goofed up, but you're not hearing anything. Mainstream's not talking about it. When they ask Pelosi, she just kind of, that's not something that we're going to talk about. It's
why. Talk about Trump's.
It's what do they call that? Benefiting from your stature.
Yeah.
He's getting the benefit.
Privilege benefit.
So, but
you're right, Joe. You're right.
You don't hear anything.
Let's come back to that in a minute, Joe. No, you ain't gonna hear anything because it's covered up, just like Hunter Biden. How much have they covered up? And the mainstream media isn't gonna go after it. This is the government we live with now. You're worried about, worried about how hot it's going to be tomorrow. Quit worrying how hot it's going to be tomorrow. Worry about what the fuck we're going to be at in 2 months.
Exactly.
You better call slaughterhouses. You better call your local slaughter guy and order hog, order beef. Fill your freezers up. You're not going to be able to afford to buy it. Trust me. And Joe, yes. If you're mining it out of the ground, it becomes a fossil fuel. I don't know where these fucking people think it ain't, Doug. It's mined out of the ground. And Mark's right. You can't recycle lithium batteries. They got to be disposed of. It's all a fucking joke. They're not going to tell you this. Facebook's going to come on. Oh, you're giving misinformation. YouTube. Here we go with YouTube. See you later, people. See you in a month, because YouTube's going to say we're giving misinformation.
Right.
When it's true. When it's fact. But they'll twist it and say, well, you didn't say this along with this, so it's misinformation. Now we got, Nancy Pelosi. You don't hear, there's nothing coming out about it, Doug. We've moved on. Huh?
Right. That's right. And nobody, there's so much going on in the world that people, they lose track of it.
They're numb. We move on. It's like a Bilderberg group. Me and Doug are numb. It's like schools. Nothing, he told me that 6 months ago. Neighbors could hear what I was saying.
Exactly. Now
we're numb. Yeah, whatever. Nobody else seems to give a fuck.
Right.
We'll tell you what's going on, but you'll forget about it.
Let's talk about something that's 117 years old and reborn now.
Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, you're gonna get kicked off. Sorry, Nancy. He didn't mean to say that. I hope your husband's okay. No. Notre Dame became woke. So, their great fight song, the Notre Dame fight song. You know what? If you don't, I'm going to play it for you. It's kind of a weird version of it, but it gets the point across.
Cheers, cheer for Notre Dame. While her loyal sons are
and daughters march on to victory.
Where'd she go?
We're picking apart fight songs. He probably did, Kevin.
That came out in 1905 when the guys were playing football.
Yeah, whatever. At least they didn't say, while our hits are marching.
All right, I got one more for you.
Oh, boy.
Now, this guy, his name is Kyle Rehl, R-E-H-L. And he was filling out a job application and came across a question where he had to share his personal views on abortion with a minimum of 200 words. And his TikTok.
For what? What was he doing?
He was being hired for a job, or putting in an application for a job.
What the fuck's abortion got to do with that?
That's what he's asking. And why
Is
do
he
they
going
need
to
to
an
know?
abortion clinic, or is he
No,
going
he
to
wasn't.
what?
No.
Okay, I'm just
No.
curious.
Just basic job, manufacturing, whatever. And that's what the question was. He shows a picture of it on his application. So now you have to share your personal feelings on abortion in 200 words, a minimum of 200 words.
What are we in fucking high school here or college? You got to write an essay?
Well, according to Kamala Harris, yeah. You are mayors, right?
Yeah, you're mayors. Why would he have to? What does that in a manufacturing job? Hey, we know we're going to put you on that tow motor, but how do you feel about abortion before we put you on that? Because that could affect your job.
Right. Anything could happen on that tow motor.
Yeah, we just want to know before we put you. Could be a dangerous person. Eric just put up about the solar panels. I did not know that.
Biden giving China and other countries free tariffs for solar panels. No, did not know that.
Why wouldn't he? Well, make a deal. We'll bring in your solar panels, and as long as we're bringing in your solar panels, put some chips to our fucking vehicles in there too, would you? See, this is what I don't understand. They screwed us on the chips. Now we're going to bring solar panels. How can they ship them solar panels, Doug? They can't ship the chips for the vehicles.
Right.
Am I wrong? Remember the COVID? They got COVID. They shut their ports. Their ports aren't shut down when fucking wheat and grain come from the United States to feed them. Their ports are open for that, aren't they? Well, I'm sorry. Biden had any balls. I know what Trump's. I'm sorry. We got 5 ships sitting there with grain and wheat on them, but we got COVID problem. And you know what might happen? If we don't get them out within the next 3 weeks, that shit's going to start to rot, and we ain't going to be able to send it to you. So I don't know. We'll get back to you in a week.
Right.
Now he's gonna the jobs in Ohio. I know there was a solar plant somewhere in Ohio that I don't know what town. Eric, you might know, that makes solar panels. Now we're gonna wipe them out, huh? What's the administration saying? Oh shit! You know what? We want to go solar panels, and we still make solar panels in the United States. So Toledo makes a shitload of them. Bring them in from China, knock tariffs off. So them motherfuckers got to go depend on us.
Right.
2,000 jobs. Probably good paying jobs too, Doug.
Yeah.
First thing Trump did when he took office, Doug, first executive order he signed. You people remember this. The first executive order he signed, not one piece of pipe will be used on any pipeline in the United States unless that pipe is made in the United States. Biden takes office, X's the Keystone, does all this stupid shit he's doing. Now, the only part of Lorraine Steel Mill that was really running was the pipe mills, USS. And as Joe said the last show, they're done, wiped out. Keep it going, guys. All you fucking Biden supporters, great job. Great job. Things are a lot better. Economy is great. Until you go to the fucking grocery store. The number one McDonald's meal right now costs $10. Tell you right now, I went to Arby's tonight. Arby's. Got Debbie beef and cheddar, and I got one of them brisket meals. $21.95. 2 sandwiches, 2 fries. Hell, we're giving away 2 hot dogs, 2 pops, and 2 tickets.
Right. Right. Yep.
So
still doing it.
Oh my God, I can't believe just giving shit away. Hey, we're giving shit away. It is. Until we go, you know what, we're done with this. It's gone far enough. Just sit back. Well, Honey, can I have $5 more? Because that used to cost $10. Now it's $12.50. Right?
Right.
Oh, the lake water's safe to drink. Trust me, it's been safe to drink. Anybody at Northern Shore has been drinking fucking lake water for years, Doug. Years. They never went out there and said, "Well, the lake's shitty right now." Well, turn the valves, shut the intakes off for our drinking water. I've worked on plenty of the intakes, plenty of them. They ain't shutting them down. They're building them. They're building them. Unbelievable. All right, Doug.
That's it for me.
Oh, my God. I try to compose myself. This is probably the last show you'll see for a couple weeks because of certain things said in the show that we won't apologize for. But, you know, Greg Miller, God bless him, said Smithfield meats and
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember you used to get the 12-pack? You get 12-pack for like $10 or something. You know, tacos deal. Oh, no, not anymore. It's like 18 something. You know what? The old saying, don't make good people do bad things because you're not going to like your results. And that's what it's coming to. A lot of good people got to start doing some bad things here real soon.
And
but the problem is this. Most of you out there I know have families. You got kids, you got grandkids, whatever. And all I hear is, I die for my kids, I die for my grandkids, you know, da. That time's coming. Where you got to be willing. Like our forefathers, Doug. You got to be willing to say, you know what? I had enough. This is the hill I'm willing to die on. Right here. That's all you hear. Is that the hill you're willing to die on? Yep, exactly. And it's coming. It's coming. Quicker than you think. In 2 months from now, it's going to be 10 times worse than what we see right now. 10 times worse. When do we quit going, fuck?
Right.
When do we quit doing that? When do we say as a people, in a non-violent way even, you know what, fuck it. On this date, we ain't going to work.
And really mean it and really do it.
We're not going to work. You know, we dropped the ball with the truck drivers. TV wouldn't cover it. We dropped the ball there. When are we going to say, you know what, fuck you? We're sitting at home today.
Because those truckers, they didn't do what we thought they should have done, which was just block it all. They were nice about it. They wanted to show force, but it didn't work. Well,
they didn't televise it. They didn't blow it up in the media.
Because it wasn't. If they would have stopped and blocked all that DC stuff, then you would have seen it on the news.
We all were going, yeah, but what did we do?
Right.
We went to work.
Yep. They all, took a week off and did that, or 2 weeks off. Now they're all back to work. Yep.
How about we all shut down? 1 week. 1 week, just shut it down. What are you guys doing? Where you at? Hey, fuck you. I'm sitting at home drinking a cup of coffee, watching Jerry Springer. Will you coming to work now? I don't think so. We'll let you know by Friday as a country if we're going to decide to go back to work again.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do? Come after us all? I'm talking to railroad trucks, construction workers,
mass transit,
manufacturers, Walmarts, grocery stores, all you people. We're not coming to work.
Right.
Now, hospital's a different story. You got to keep people, and drugstores. I can see
safety. Safety and health. Yep.
Us general common folk, blue collar workers, middle class, just have a general meeting somehow, some way with technology on Friday, and we'll decide. You straighten out, we'll straighten out, go back to work. What would happen if the country just went on strike? All us middle class workers, union, non-union, whoever, join together and say, we're not doing it.
Problem is nobody's willing to risk it because they got a family to feed.
Wow.
Bills to pay.
Let me tell you this. Don't do it, and you're still going to have the same problem trying to feed your family in a couple months, Doug. You know, I'm telling you, it's just like Aaron, said, I normally predict Aaron buy this other half of beef. He did, If you get a golf cart license, Sandusky, Perkins says you get a ticket if you're township with it. If you get an Ohio license plate, have insurance on it.
Yeah, it has to have
lights.
Ohio,
if the state of Ohio recognizes that as a motor vehicle and gives you a license plate, I don't know how the fuck Perkins can say no, it ain't.
There's certain things to it, like it has to have lights and turn signals, I think.
Lights, turn signals, maximum speed.
Right.
But
minimum speed.
Minimum speed. In reality, minimum speed, if you're 25, 35 mile an hour, there's nowhere really in Perkins at 35 mile an hour. Top speed in Perkins, 45. On all the Perkins streets. Perkins Ave's 35 or whatever, 250s, 45 in some sections, Yeah, a lot of people. It's breaking up because we hit sore subjects.
Right, we hit a lot of them tonight.
Yeah. All right, people. People, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Hopefully we're back on next week. If not, we'll see you when they get done smacking us. So Joe's got a point. Joe said a lot of dumb shit, and he still ain't got booted off. But
right, yeah.
Have a good night. God bless y'all, and God bless America.
See ya.